6:12. Welcome back to KHQA this morning. Hannibal Peacemakers Quilt Guild is having their third biennial quilt show, Quilt Me a Garden, the first weekend in April, and at the Admiral Coons Recreation Center in Hannibal. Now, over 200 judged and non-judged quilts. Now, with me now is Donna and Christina. So, tell me a little bit about the event.
Well, we're very excited. As you mentioned, it is our third annual quilt show, and actually we have it every 2 years. We're having it at the Admiral Coons Recreation Center, and on April 4th it's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on April 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we actually have increased our entries to over 300 now.
Wow. Now, I think people may look at quilting as a lost art, but it is absolutely beautiful and very intricate. So what is your favorite thing about this event?
Oh, the variety and the inspiration that it gives to all of us. It's so wonderful to see everyone's work and be able to appreciate, because there's never enough time to do all the projects and make all the things you'd like to make.
So are there going to be some competitions involved in this and with the judging? How are they judged?
There are some quilts that will be judged. As people have entered their quilts, they've decided whether they would like their quilts judged or not, or whether they would just like them there for all of us to enjoy. So we do have a judge that will be looking at those quilts and awarding prizes to those.
Perfect. And Christina, what's your favorite part?
Well, I design quilts, so
really?
I like the designing more than the piecing and the quilting.
Together. So what do you look at when you go to design a quilt? What is the first thing that you look at?
Sometimes the idea just kind of pops in my head, and sometimes I'll look at fabric and I'll let the fabric lead me into a design. So it just depends on the mood, I guess.
How long have you been quilting? Well, you design. How long what about you?
10 or 15 years.
10 or 15 years. So is it a skill that just gets better with time?
I always say that I learn something new with each project that I do.
Yeah, you do.
And so if people want to get involved, do they have to sign up, or what do they need to do?
If people would like to attend, just please come. There is a $5 admission fee, but not only do we have the show, but we have some classes going on. We have food, which is always popular, and we do have a quilt appraiser there. So if someone is just attending and they have a quilt at home and they'd like to find out what it's worth, they could make an appointment with the appraiser that's there to get it appraised. And
it just seems it's going to be an amazing event. Take a look at some of these samples we have here. They're just so intricate and absolutely beautiful, and there's so much detail here. So if you're interested, make sure you check out the event. We'll post some of the information you can check out at KHQA.com. Well, Hannibal Peacemakers Quilt Guild is having their third biennial quilt show, Quilt Me a Garden. It's the first weekend in April at the Admiral Coons Recreation Center in Hannibal. And this morning we have some reps here with us to tell us a little bit about how you got involved and what the event is all about. So this is now Donna and Christine. So tell me a little bit about what this event is all about.
Well, this is our third quilt show, and each time we've had it, we've built upon it, and I think this is the best we have had so far. We have over 300 quilts that will be displayed. We have one of our members that has designs quilts and has written a book, and we'll be doing a book signing. We have about 20 vendors that will be there. We even have a nationally known person who actually has her own virtual quilt guild on the internet.
Wow.
And she will be there doing a trunk show on during one of those days. I think it's on Saturday.
This is a very exciting event. You have a ton of people coming in, but how did you ladies get involved in quilting?
After I made the wedding attendance dresses for my son's wedding.
Wow.
And I went to quilting after that.
Really? So you were already into sewing
Oh yes, all
and
my
so
life.
Decided to take it up a notch with quilting. Now, looking at these are very intricate. I mean, they almost look like paintings. What is the difference between each stitch?
Well, there are different types of applique, and there are many different ways to applique. There's not just one set way. And on Friday, we're going to be having a planting seeds of applique workshop at the quilt show, and we're going to be showing the different steps of quilting, of applique, and how to do that. This one is needle turn, and this one is a fusible, where you fuse the pieces down, and then it has a raw edge applique to it.
Donna, what do you have in your hand? Are you going to show us how to do something really quick?
I do have a piece that I'm doing some needle turn applique on, and it is done by hand. But
put it
that
up
shouldn't
here.
be intimidating to anyone because there are, as Christine said, there are a lot of different methods, and some of them are done by hand and others are done by machine. And there's a way that can be done by each person and learn along the way.
So maybe depending on your level, and this event is actually welcome to anyone, any level.
Absolutely.
And it gets a little exciting because you guys have judging competitions there. So if you really think your work is good, you can put it up against other people.
And it's nice to have someone critique your work and tell you what you're doing right and what you can do to improve.
All right, so one more time, if people are interested in even just going to look at all of these beautiful quilts or actually have theirs judged, when is the event and what time?
It is April 4th and 5th, and it's from 11 to 7 on Friday, or excuse me, on Friday, and then on Saturday it's from 9 to 4.
All right, well, thank you ladies so much for coming in. If you're interested in taking a look at these beautiful creations, make sure you check out their event, and you can always check out KHQA.com for more information.